Greetings, Lakers. Welcome to Real Talk Tuesday. My name is Willie Michael, and I'm the Assistant Director of Student Organizations and the Advisor for Campus Events Council here at Clayton State University. Today, I'm going to have a conversation with you about how to develop your leadership skills. In leadership, there are pretenders and there are contenders. Many people want to be in top leadership roles, but they aren't willing to put in the hard work it takes to build a skill set to lead a team. Leadership is like a sport. It takes commitment and it takes time to be successful, and you must train your mind, body, and soul in order to win when you're leading your team. Always remember that student development and leadership involves engagement, learning, and development. Leadership development is a state of mind. It's a mentality to be a great leader and improve upon your leadership skills every day. With leadership development also comes emotional intelligence. When I say emotional intelligence, what I mean by that is that as you start to become a leader and start to increase your leadership skill set and your interaction with student leaders that you lead, things that you need to pay attention to is your own self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, your motivation, and your social skill set as you're on this journey to bettering yourself as a leader, which all those things make up the importance of emotional intelligence. Now, before I get into the few tips that I'm going to run through to kind of give you a few pointers on how to improve your leadership skills, I want to start with two frameworks for building a solid student leadership development plan. Those two frameworks are Bloom's taxonomy and Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you look at the two pyramids, you will see the alignment and the learning performance with need fulfillment. So if you look at Bloom's taxonomy, you will see that the student needs to create, evaluate, analyze, apply, understand, describe, and explain, and have the knowledge to remember, retain, and implement things in that leadership roles. And that's pretty much what Bloom's taxonomy is. Now, if you compare Bloom's taxonomy with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you'll see with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, all student leaders need to have the self-actualization, the esteem to accomplish things, and the confidence, love, and feeling the need to belong, a sense of safety and security in that order, the physiology part. And those are just a few of the things that one would need as it relates to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And once again, if you look at Bloom's taxonomy and you look at Maslow's hierarchy of need, you will see that every leader that's effective at some point in time needs those steps in order to build on a framework for being successful. So let's get into the few tips that I'm going to share with you. Right here is the playbook for developing your leadership skills. Okay, so be decisive. Don't be afraid to make decisions. Sometimes you're going to make decisions that are right. Sometimes you're going to make decisions that are wrong. My suggestion is just to make sure that you do your due diligence with the research so that when you have to explain your reason for your decision, at least you have some research to explain it when you receive the feedback that you receive. Be willing to seek input from others. Don't get caught up with your ego. Don't let your ego be your downfall before you reach your full potential, your leadership role. Be open to others' perspectives. Start small. Sometimes you can go into a student organization as a member. You don't have to go in out the door as the president. I always suggest to students, sometimes based on your workload, you can start off as a member, then join as a committee member, and then as you see fit that your schedule allows, then jump on as an executive member as you continue to develop your leadership skills in the student organization that you're interested in. Analyze your strengths and your weaknesses. Um, be honest with what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and then work on your weaknesses to get better, and then just continue to build on your strengths. One thing I would suggest is there's a test called Strength Quest. I would suggest contacting the Department of Campus Life or Career Services just to see if there's an opportunity for you to take a Strength Quest test. That's a great evaluation to let you know what your strength areas are as it relates to leadership. Seek a good mentor. A mentor is really good to have because once you have a mentor, he or she can share pointers with you about their particular journey and how they ended up where they are now. And sometimes, as mentors, what you'll find is that some mentors walk the same path that you walked. And a lot of them are willing to share that with you, but you have to do your due diligence and your research to find one that is more aligned with your experiences. And once you know what your strengths and weaknesses are and what your vision is, once you meet your mentor, then it's a lot easier to outline what it is you hope to gain from maybe job shadowing them or just simply interviewing them or meeting with them occasionally to build on your leadership development in the field that you want to pursue your career in. But being a good follower. My suggestion is be a good follower of a good leader. If you see a good leader that you admire and respect, whether it's your teacher, your supervisor, or a close friend, look at what those qualities and characteristics are and pattern yourself after that. You don't have to copy them because you want your own identity, but there may be some fundamental things that you can build upon as you work toward developing your own leadership skills. Take leadership training. While you're in college, this is the best time to take advantage of opportunities for things that are free. For example, the library may have some opportunities for Microsoft 365 that's free. I would suggest, as it relates to leadership skills, take advantage of that opportunity. Take the Microsoft 365 class, find out how to set up the teams, find out how to navigate that system. So in the event emergency situations take place, and now you have to lead your team from outside the university, like now when the situation we have with the coronavirus, if you are educated on how to facilitate team meetings and things like that at Microsoft Teams, it'll be a lot easier for you to set up shop with your team. Practice communicating well. All I can say is that practice. Communication skills will serve you well, especially when sharing your vision with others if you know how to communicate. Collaborate with others when there's an opportunity. A lot of times teamwork is enhanced when everyone understands what they're supposed to do and supposed to be working on and what sources or resources are available. So collaborate with others. Being innovative. Take the time to be innovative and put contingency plans in place. Once again, we're in a situation now where everyone is using Zoom and Microsoft Teams and Skypes and all of these other features that have been available before the coronavirus pandemic took place. So just make sure that you are sharpening up your tech game because that's another skill set to put in your leadership development in your leadership development kit. Take an initiative. You know, if someone doesn't show up for an event, and don't just say, "Oh man, let's cancel the event." Be intentional. Say, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to make this work. I'm going to meet with the rest of the team players. I'm going to suggest to them how we can carry on this event so this event can be successful for our students." If you already know the game plan, take that opportunity to be that leader and empower those around you. And that's an opportunity to see how you would handle a situation at such short notice to build up on. So when you graduate and get in your job and you run into a situation similar, you'd be successful. Be courageous. As a leader, there are times you're going to have to take risks and make decisions. Be a good listener. Good listening skills are a main key for leaders being successful. Plan ahead. Leaders are constantly planning, preparing, prioritizing, and executing on different tasks at any time. And one main thing I want to suggest is always remember maintaining a good attitude. Always remember your attitude describes your level of success. Now, in the beginning of this presentation, I talked about emotional intelligence. And toward the end, I want to talk about signs of low emotional intelligence based on your leadership roles. So some signs will include being argumentative, not listening, blaming others, emotional outbursts. Those are some things that you're overworking, you're burned out, and low emotional intelligence. Just a few tips to know that, hey, I need to slow down, take a break, get some help. Leadership development plan with SMART goals. To be effective with your leadership development skills and how you want to get better, I would strongly suggest looking into the SMART goals outline. I think it will really help you once you know what you want to focus on, whether it be public speaking, whether it be facilitating a discussion, whether it be team building or building a team. I think if you look at the SMART goals and you're specific, you look at what's measurable, what's attainable, the relevance of it, and the time management, the time-based frame of it, I think that you will find that the SMART goals outline will really help you and guide you with that. And then lastly, there are a lot of professional development opportunities that students really need to take advantage of, and I want to share this one with you. Here at Clayton State University, there are a number of different leadership development opportunities. One is you can join the Campus Events Council Programming Board as a committee member, once again. Volunteer doing Read Across America with Campus Events Council, or a host of other events that take place during the school year. Community service can be taking place with local pantry for feeding the homeless in Clayton County and surrounding areas as a volunteer opportunity. There's also leadership development opportunities for students to attend national conferences for free. The diversity leadership with the Department of Campus Life, there Dr. Royal Baxter is the chairman of facilitating. The leadership portfolio with the Department of Campus Life, that Dr. Royal Baxter is in charge of facilitating and leading. Both of those are opportunities for you to lead, to work on your leadership development skills with. Career Services, which helps with internship and job fair preparation. NSLS, the National Society of Leadership and Success in the Department of Campus Life, is another way to work on your leadership development skills. Greek Life in the Department of Campus Life. Some individuals join Greek Life so they can build upon their leadership development skills and future opportunities. SGA, the Student Government Association, is another way. And then there's AmeriCorps, which is a wonderful opportunity for students to work in a full-time or part-time capacity and with public agencies, public safety, healthcare, environmental protection, just a number of ways to gain volunteer experience in the community. Working and building up on leadership skills, whether it be communication, public speaking, interpersonal skills, team building, working with diverse committee members and community members. And then one thing that I want to make a point about is the library is a huge resource for professional development. I think a lot of people sleep on the library, but I just want to point out that, if you go to the library, there's opportunities to see when upcoming workshops and events are going to take place. There is an opportunity to order books that you may not be able to purchase at some point in time, that the library can get for you from other libraries for free, that may assist you with your leadership development. And then there's also the leadership portfolio that Dr. Royal Baxter was very instrumental in having students at Clayton State, excuse me, students at Clayton State put together at Clayton State University. If you're interested in joining a student organization and becoming a member of student organizations, or you have questions about joining a student organization, please feel free to visit the Department of Campus Life, which is located in the Student Activity Center building on the second floor. Until we're back on campus, feel free to zip me an email at williemichael@clayton.edu, and I'll be more than happy to sit down with you and talk to you about leadership opportunities, or I will respond to your email and answer any questions that you have about leadership opportunities. Thanks again for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the video on improving your leadership development skills.